Yeah, buddy. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Childish. We're back at it again. Um, we are on the next critical thinking episode. I believe this is 124. Getting into that real talk with synergy again. It's always an ongoing topic, regardless if you're a beginner, intermediate, or expert. It's something that always needs to be addressed because no matter if you're in the early stages of your game or late stages of the game, situations like this, time and time and again prove that you have to consider synergy of your team, regardless of what is going on. So let's go ahead and fast forward to all the changes that have been made. We do have Veramos now. We fused them this last week, so yay for me. We got our we had a couple. We actually summoned a long time ago McKean and I want to say Akia is the fire succubus. And the other two, I had, the feasible farmable units, whatever, for a while, but a couple of them I threw away. And so that just delayed the process. But fail on my part, the Wind Minotaurus and the Fire Living Armor, I didn't realize that they were farmable units. So I just sat there without summoning them for a while. And then, of course, after I realized it, I spent a couple days to get it done. Okay. So, as you guys know, also, we had picked up another Hua from our last summoning session, and she's rocking Violent Energy with Speed, Hit Point, Accuracy. So I am really happy with these stats. 186 speed on a Violent Spectre is pretty darn strong. Obviously, we're using the attack. We're using hit points over attack on the 4 slot because I plan on basically utilizing a double Hua setup for this particular run. Okay, but here's the deal, and you guys know this. While this looks good on paper, this is still not enough. Okay, and when I say that, double attack gauge reduction with 1 being violent spec plus attack gauge increase is not going to be enough because this guy has a tower on the right that provides an immunity, but he's like a Delphoid where he in turn removes the immunity. He removes harmful effects and then provides immunity. So no matter how many harmful effects you get on him, as you guys have seen in many, many videos from other YouTubers, he's always going to remove the effects, meaning he's always going to have that small window to do his attack. And if he didn't have that window, I can keep his attack gauge completely down, and basically the only thing that's going to be happening is the dots will stack, but Veramos will keep them relatively low because he continuously move him off, and with 204 speed here, he can get that job done. So next step in evolving to the dragon, to the faster dragons team. So actually, let's go ahead and take a quick step back. As you guys know, this is the last this Dragons B team. Well, actually, it was this with Jameer leading. Then I took out Darian, put in Chandra when I got Chandra, and now this one is running like 5:45, maybe 6 minutes, depending on how lucky I am. And but it's 100% clear, no joke. All right, so it works. It looks weird on paper, but it works, and it's kind of why we're gonna get into what we got going on. Trying to be soft with the tapping here. All right. So we know that this one doesn't work because no matter what, we have the immunities to deal with, or we have the attack gauge. We have the removal of harmful effects, so we just can't get the job done. While we still have 2 debuff removal, so we could still, even if he gets it off, we can in turn take it off and still get some hostile effects on there just temporarily. So what can we do to kind of smooth the process? We can remove Hua and put in Delphoid. Put Delphoid back in there. So to provide that cushioning of immunity on our side, plus an additional healer, now having 2 healers, is going to make things just a little bit smoother. So this is the formulation that I made, and then everything was good. But again, it's still it can do the job. This can clear the boss, but it's not 100%. And if I can't get it to 100%, then it's no good. The value of consistent clears versus quick clears. Don't focus on quick clears until you get consistent clears in. And if this particular setup, which is pretty quick, is not consistent, it means nothing. So we need to figure out something else. So what is the point? So in this situation, what is the point now of having an attack gauge reducer if the reducing is just a temporary measure that inevitably doesn't allow Hua, or the unit that you're trying to use, to shine? Okay, so let's see. We have ourselves now the ability to, even though we have the hit point buff here, we have the ability to bring a unit that can provide even more hit points, right? We still have our immunity, we still have our buff removals, and now we have 11% more hit points. Things should be working out better, right? Wrong. Okay. And at the end of the day, it came down to Siggy being out and Chandra being in. Okay. And I think we can figure out why. Obviously, given the skill set. Okay, we have the ability to attack. To reduce the attack speed of all units, including the towers, for 2 turns. And we have the hug skill, just in case we have some bad RNG where a unit gets a little low and we can't, get heals off right away. But here's the deal. Siggy does provide the attack debuff, which in turn, with 2 buff removals, this can help greatly, at that time where he does get some attacks off, to, mitigate, the amount of damage, or reduce the amount of damage that we take, right? But here's the deal. I'm going to show my 4 units here, the 4 main units that won't change. Take a look at their stats. There should be something overwhelming that you notice between all of them. Okay. Now let's pan to Chandra and Siggy. And regardless of what skill set they bring, what is the glaring, weak point? Okay. And what you should notice is that glaring weak point is speed. Okay. All of our units here are pushing in the 175, speed range. Okay. While even though Siggy can provide more hit points for the group than anybody, and the ability to reduce attack power for 2 turns, allowing us to take less damage, he is so slow, and he's not on a violent set, so he's not going to get additional turns. We're not going to be able to take advantage of this skill more times than not. Whereas Chandra, who reduces all the towers, including the boss, if his immunity is down, providing that fail-safe device, fail-safe for any unit that does get a little low, if there is a situation. Obviously the defensive buff is obviously great too. The fact remains that he is on violent, so we have more opportunities to get this AoE slow off. We have more opportunities than is stated to get the defend off. So I believe, in addition to all that, the speed of the unit plus his ability to crit and gain more speed is, without a doubt, the most optimal situation for me as far as getting the job done. While I would love to have both of my Hawas in there and just pound on them and reduce the attack gauge, I don't have enough attack gauge increase to keep our team fighting before the dragon gets the attack off, and to deal with the removal of the effect of the immunity of the right tower. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple clips in, and I'm gonna leave this open to you guys. I'm gonna leave this open for you guys to put in the comment section down below. And we'll see what you will think about it, and then I'll discuss it in the comment section down below. In this scenario, in your opinion, what is better? having the increase of hit points from the monsters by 33%. And keep in mind that these 4 units have a base HP of anywhere from 8,500 to 9,500. Chandra's the only one that can take real advantage of an increase. I mean, they all do, but this one really gets a nice boost because his base is 13k. Or is the defense of allied monsters for 44% on the better option? You guys decide, and we'll see you at the end of the video. All right. We are back. I believe I have to look at the stats yet again. Obviously, you guys will know because you can just rewind the video. But if I believe correctly, you only saw part of the clips on there. But it ended up being that both runs took exactly like 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Which is a vast improvement from like the 5:45, 6-minute runs, depending on if I had to revive a few times from killing the towers, or if Chandra took the hit with the previous arena team and or previous dungeon team, and we didn't lose a unit on the on that part there when we killed the tower. So yeah. So I mean, well, you have to give us the your thoughts on that. I think I can go back and forth. I'm a big fan of Chandra in there just to help with the mitigation, even though we got the damage modifiers from the hostile effects. Sometimes we can't cover them. Sometimes skills are not going to be up. So having that generic 44% mitigation, I think, is very, very nice. But as you can see, it can go back and forth, and either one will do a pretty darn good job. So, but the moral of this story is that while I talk about in my previous critical thinking series, runes for progression, dungeon optimization, arena optimization, whatever, you'll see myself, you'll see Nick the Greek, you'll see YDCB, all the YouTubers out there push hard to tell you that in the beginning stages of the game, your focus should be on runes, right? Once you kind of get your team and you want to progress into various aspects of the game, Trial of Ascension, Arena. I mean, if you do not have the runes to make the unit is not gonna make the runes, right? The runes make the unit. Okay, when you get those units runed up, they're gonna do really, really well. But here's the perfect scenario here. While you may have good, runes on a unit, okay, runes on a unit does not is not like there's no direct correlation to synergy. Obviously, providing a variety of units that provide various hostile effects is going to be synergistic. It's going to help you out, but once you get those runes, you still need to take it to the next step, which is synergy. And in this particular scenario, the high speed team, with the effects that they bring, provides enough synergy for me to clear dragons B10 without taking out the towers. While this unit, relatively strong, is very slow, and sure I can, reduce the amount of damage to make him faster, but right now I just don't have the the runes to do that. And so always consider runes first when trying to set up your team. I mean, obviously, putting in a 6-star unit with poor runes is not going to do you any good in Giants B10 or Dragons B10, whatever. If you don't have the runes, then they're just not going to be good. But once you have those top 8 to 10 6 stars or 5 stars, and you're looking to see, okay, let's see how we got the consistent clear, we got the runes. Let's see how we can speed up the process to get more rounds in, quicker, because there's always going to be certain events, unlimited energy events, this and that, whatever, that's going to be offered that's going to allow you to take advantage of farming a particular dungeon, within a short amount of time, an hour, whatever. And if you're able to clear dragons or giants in 3 minutes or less, you can get quite a bit out of those particular events. So quick clears, end game is very, very strong. Quick clears can happen with good runes, but you will need runes and synergy to get the job done. I mean, I think that's kind of a no-brainer, but I kind of want to wrap that all up in a bottle for you, and allow you to take a look at that. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Again, put your comments down below. What do you think is better, having hit points in this situation or defense? Excuse me. I apologize. I'm running a little sniffy this morning, so put it down in the comment section below what you think is better, and we'll tear it up maybe in the next video, critical thinking series. Kind of debate that and go from there. So, all right, guys, that is it. It's your boy ChildishPlays. Check it out. We will see you in the next video.